Hey there, I have one question for you. Do you know if you're a bear, tiger, or a deer? Now I know you're thinking, what the heck is she talking about? What if I told you you are genetically wired to eat a certain way, and that finding out what way you should be eating could save your life? Can you count on one hand how many people you know that have either cancer, heart disease, or diabetes, or does it require two hands? I'm guessing you know at least one person. Now while you're watching this, I encourage you to think about how helpful it would have been to that one person to have the information that I'm going to talk about 10 years ago. Heart disease is the #1 killer in the United States, and cancer is a close second. Did you know that 9.4% of our population has diabetes, and even more shocking, 33% of people over the age of 18 have prediabetes? Now, no one should be surprised to hear we're in a health crisis in the United States. Chronic disease is skyrocketing, and subsequently so are our medical costs. This is largely due to just managing the effects of chronic disease on our population. At Total Health Chiropractic and Wellness, we are concerned about chronic disease just as much as we are concerned about the spine. Because we look at the whole person and not just the spine, we run advanced blood labs for most patients. The advanced blood labs help you assess your chronic disease status for diseases such as diabetes and heart disease. The good news about chronic disease, if there is any, is that most of the time it can be reversed with dietary and lifestyle changes. So step number 1 is to run the labs and find out where you stand. Now, one of the crucial tests in the advanced blood labs is a test called the ApoE gene. The ApoE gene gives you information that helps you find out how you are genetically wired to eat. This information is super important if you're looking to lose weight, get rid of aches and pains, reverse or monitor your risk for chronic disease, because it gives you the correct starting point. Now, if you don't start with the blood work, you really don't have any idea, other than trial and error, if the nutritional approach you're taking is correct. So there are 3 categories for this ApoE gene, and we like to use animal names to describe them, hence the stuffed animals, the bear, the tiger, and the deer. Now you might be interested to know, I'm a tiger. Think about what tigers eat. They're largely carnivores, eating mostly meat. So my diet should mirror what an actual tiger eats most of the time. Now we all still need fruits and veggies and carbohydrates. The difference is the quantity of those items will vary depending on which animal you are. Now here's an aha moment for you. Remember what tigers eat, mostly meat. If I don't know I'm a tiger and I decide to eat vegetarian, like a deer, because someone told me it's the healthiest way to eat, that would mean I'm eating completely opposite of how my body is genetically wired to eat. It would mean I would put myself at a high risk for diabetes because tigers don't process sugars very well. 2 of the 3 ApoE genes carry some genetic risk for chronic disease. The tigers, as I mentioned, are genetically predisposed to diabetes, and the deer are genetically predisposed to heart disease. The bears, they have it the best, with no genetic risk for chronic disease, but, and this is a big but, people, bears have to walk a very fine line. The only way they get chronic disease is if they turn it on with their diet and lifestyle choices. The bears have to always focus on their health in order to stay away from chronic disease. Now, can you see how having this information could be extremely beneficial to your health? How about your kids? Other than I'm sure they love the stuffed animals. In the U.S., the number of young children and adolescents affected by obesity has more than tripled since the 1970s. Can you see how helpful it would be for them to be armed with this information at a much younger age? I personally think every person should know their type so you can not only have more information about your health, but also have a scientifically backed starting point for determining the best way to fuel your body. Now, if you have questions about how to get started, if you want to find out what type you are, you can contact me in our office at 319-338-7025, and I'll be happy to help you start your health journey. If you found this information valuable, please share it with your family and friends, as it could save their life.